Alright, so what is going on, guys? Welcome to another Garden Warfare 2 video. Today is another top 5 characters video, and today we're going to be looking at the top 5 worst characters, in my opinion, in Garden Warfare 2. Now, in last week's video, this was by far the highest upvoted comment of what top 5 I should do this week, so that is the reason why I am bringing it to you. Now, keep in mind, this is my opinion of the worst characters in the game. I'm sure in this category, there's going to be some characters which you really enjoy, and also you have to keep in mind that some of these characters I haven't got to master rank, so I've not got all of the upgrades. And the final thing I want to mention is this top 5 isn't in any particular order. These are just my 5 worst characters in my opinion in Garden Warfare 2. But anyway, let's get straight in with today's video. So at number 5, we have the Power Chomper. Now, I've got this character to Advanced, so I've not unlocked all of the upgrades, but from my personal experience so far, I would say on average you're dealing about 10 damage to the zombie that you're mainly attacking, and then the surrounding zombies, it will do 2 damage to them as well. But in my opinion, I think even if there was only one zombie right in front of you, it still takes quite a long time to take that zombie out, and if it's going to be a high health zombie like a Super Brains or an All-Star, I feel like the Power Chomper just doesn't stand a chance. The amount of time it takes to take a Captain Deadbeard out or a Scientist out because you're dealing that 10 damage, which seems to be quite a slow damage dealer, it feels like that they're easily going to be able to take you out. And also, when you're only dealing 2 damage to the surrounding zombies, that still doesn't seem to do as much damage as what I was hoping. So the number 5 spot is taken by the Power Chomper. The number 4 spot is taken by the Alien Flower. Now listen to why this is in my top 5 worst characters. Of course, this is a single shot Sunflower, and it has the Spore Mist, but I just don't feel like the Spore Mist is very effective in this game. I feel like the damage that it does isn't as quick as what it was in Garden Warfare 1. You seem to deal more damage over a shorter period of time in Garden Warfare 1 than in Garden Warfare 2, and of course that ability is good when there's objective-based game modes and there's a lot of zombies together, but I just don't feel like the rate of fire of this character is quick enough. And if you compare this to the Mystic Flower in my opinion absolutely blows the Alien Flower out of the sky. The rate of fire is quicker, the damage is quicker, and you can also charge up her attacks as well if you want to, and that's the Mystic Flower. The Alien Flower in my opinion doesn't even come close to how powerful the Mystic Flower is. Yes, it has the Spore Mist, but I don't find it to be very effective in this game. So that is the only reason why the Alien Flower is in my top 5 worst characters. Probably could do with an increased rate of fire, and maybe some change to the Spore Mist, maybe give it a bigger radius, I'm not sure. But the number 4 spot is taken by the Alien Flower. The number 3 spot is taken by the Party Citron. Now, I have no idea what's going on with this character, but from my personal experience, I find no use for this character whatsoever. And let me explain that to you. So the Party Citron is meant to be a weaker version of the Citron character, but then once you get into party mode, it becomes more powerful. Now, yes, the Party Citron is definitely weaker when it's not in party mode, and you need to get 5 vanquishes in a row, and these need to be vanquishes that you get yourself. Keep in mind, this cannot be a shared vanquish. You need to get 5 vanquishes in a row as a weaker Citron, probably the weakest Citron in the game at this point in time, to get into party mode. Now, once you do get into party mode, your speed is increased and also your damage. But the thing is, the damage once it's increased in party mode is about the same as what the standard Citron is. It's not more powerful from my experience, it's about the same. So why would you play as this character when it's weaker to then try and get in party mode to play as it exactly the same as the standard Citron? Yes, you have the extra speed, which can be very useful, but the damage itself is probably about the same as the standard Citron. So wouldn't it make more sense to just play the entire game as the standard Citron, rather than trying to get on that 5 vanquish streak that you get yourself with a weaker Citron? That is the reason why this character is in the top 5 worst characters. I'm sure some people will agree with me on this, although in my live stream, when I mentioned this the other day, some people said they really enjoy Party Citron, so I'd like to see your discussions about this character in the comments down below. But the number 3 spot is taken by Party Citron. The number 2 spot is taken by the Hockey Star. Now, like I did say, I've not got all of these characters to Master Rank. The Hockey Star, I've only got to Specialist, so I've only got the basic upgrades. But from my experience currently right now, this character deals a good amount of damage. It's got a really quick rate of fire. It's not the quickest rate of fire, but it has got a good rate of fire. It just overheats in like 2 seconds. And that's when you start to struggle. So of course this is going to be different when you do get overheat upgrades and things like that. But I'm actually curious how this is going to work when it does have those upgrades, because from other All-Stars it doesn't seem to be that effective. I mean, of course there is a difference, but this overheats in literally 2 seconds, probably not even 2 seconds, and that seems to be the problem with this character. It does deal a good amount of damage, but when it overheats, you're kind of a sitting duck. I mean, you could use your shield to try and block their attacks while it cools down, or you could use your abilities, but I know the All-Star gets a lot of hates from using his abilities. He literally charges in there, in-punts, sprint tackles, dies, and that's it. But you want to try and go in some vanquish streaks with its primary weapon. And the overheat on this character, first off, makes it impossible to get long-range vanquishes, because by the time you hit the target and do a little bit of damage, it's going to overheat. And short-range ones, you're going to be an easier target to hit. So those are the reasons why I feel the Hockey Star is in the top 5 worst characters. Like I did say, I've not got this character promoted enough to get the good upgrades, but I'll come back to you on that when I get the upgrades. But the number 2 spot is taken by the Hockey Star. And the number 1 spot is taken by Breakfast Brains. Now keep in mind, this top 5 isn't in any particular order. The worst character in this top 5 could be the Party Citron for me. Breakfast Brains could be number 5, but Breakfast Brains is definitely in this top 5. First off, I don't enjoy playing as Super Brains characters. Second off, you need to charge up this attack, so you need to kind of charge up your fists or your waffles before you hit the target, and that gradually picks up speed. And especially if you're close to the plants and you're charging up your attack, they're going to hear that coming from a mile away. They're going to be able to turn around, react, either get away from Breakfast Brains or start attacking Breakfast Brains. And thirdly, in Garden Warfare 2, from my experience, you could be charging up your fists and you go over a tiny, tiny little bump that you can't even see in the map, and that slows down the speed of your fists completely. So you don't exactly go from when you first press the trigger, but it definitely slows down how quickly the fists attack the plants, and therefore you're going to deal a lot less damage. That's pretty much it for Super Brains. Don't enjoy the character. Seems to need to charge up the attack quite a lot before you can deal damage to the plants and they can hear you in that time. And also, a lot of the time, certain things on the map will slow you down. But there you have it, guys. That is my top 5 worst characters at the moment. Let me know your top 5 in the comments down below. Also, let me know what top 5 you would like to see next week. Thank you very much for watching. My name is ZEROxFUSIONZ, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time.